Hello and welcome to another episode of Real to Real. I'm Blake.
And I'm Ian. And today, we have another Halloween special episode where we'll be discussing the movie Halloween Kills.
But first, let's take a look at a trailer.
My grandmother was right. The boogeyman was real.
It's over.
We can't hurt anyone ever again.
No one told you.
Told me what?
Somebody in there?
Michael Myers is alive.
Stop! You had a knife in your stomach.
You and Allison should not have to keep running. Evil dies tonight.
I'm not just gonna sit and watch another innocent person die.
If you track Michael's victims, it's a straight line to Michael's childhood home.
What do we do?
We fight.
Let's hunt him down.
Michael Myers is flesh and blood. But a man couldn't have survived that fire. The more he kills, the more he transcends.
Run! Go now!
He's the essence of evil.
Halloween Kills is directed by David Gordon Green and is the second film of the series that he has directed, with the previous film being the Halloween that was released in 2018. The film starts off with Cameron Elam, who is played by Dylan Arnold, who is walking down a street trying to find his friend after leaving a Halloween party, but instead finds police officer Hawkins, who is nearly killed by Michael Myers, and stays with the officer until help arrives.
The film then goes on to show a flashback of Hawkins on the 1978 occurrence of Halloween night, where he's on duty with other officers chasing Michael Myers, with no success of finding him. Later that night, Officer Hawkins and another police officer stumble on the house that Michael Myers murdered his sister in.
They decide to enter, however. They run into Myers, and that's where one of the officers is murdered, with Hawkins surviving and Myers being arrested. The movie then jumps forward to Halloween night of 2018, with all of the characters explaining who they are amongst each other and how Myers impacted their lives.
While they're all at the bar present day, there's a news report on TV that 2 local patients of the mental institution has escaped the hospital. One of the couples who's leaving the bar, walking back to their car, they notice that someone may be hiding inside their car.
They begin to think it's Myers, and they run back into the bar and alert everyone. Everyone then races outside to attack Myers, however the car violently drives away. The movie goes back to the hospital, showing Laurie, who's recovering from her stab wound from the previous film, while her daughter and granddaughter, who are also there, are being interviewed by police on what happened. They also find out from another sheriff who's at the hospital that Myers is in fact still alive.
Let's take a look at another clip.
What are you guys doing out here?
It's Halloween. We've been trick-or-treating. We got a whole bag of
You guys
candy
should not be out
bars.
here right now, okay? It's not safe.
You gonna kill me?
Yeah.
Satan, not today.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Are you guys alone? Where are your parents?
No, we're waiting for our friend.
And like, there's a creepy man in a white mask, and he keeps like trying to play hide and seek with us, and he's
Where did you see him?
He's just hiding behind trees.
and he pops out like peekaboo. I mean, we're not 3 years old. Come on, man.
Oh, look, there he is.
Oh, hello. Hello.
What the hell are you doing? Is that Dennis's mask?
Halloween Kills is the 12th Halloween movie, kinda. Halloween 3 has nothing to do with Michael Myers. Halloween 2 through 6, H2O, Resurrection, and the Rob Zombie remakes aren't canon at all. Only the 1978 movie and Halloween 2018. Confused? Great, cause so are we. This movie shows a flashback at the end of 1978, with Michael being captured by the police. Even though in the original movie, Michael was shot by his doctor, Dr. Loomis, and then disappears.
But I guess the original creators who are back for Halloween Kills forgot what happened. Then the movie takes place after Halloween 2018, when Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, her daughter Karen, and granddaughter Andy defeated Michael by capturing him in Laurie's house and setting the place on fire.
Unfortunately for Laurie, on the way to the hospital, the fire department head to the scene where Michael escapes the burning house, killing the fireman. It's a gory scene with POV shots from the fireman's perspective, which is actually pretty impressive. Some of the characters from the original movie return to this movie, including the 2 children that Laurie babysat on the same night as their first encounter with Michael. Tommy Doyle, played by Anthony Michael Hall, and Lindsay Wallace, played by Kylie Richards.
This movie is incredibly gory with its kills. So gory, in fact, that James A. Janisse will have a field day with his kill count series on his YouTube channel Dead Meat. The kills were definitely more inventive than the previous movies because Michael usually does throat slits, which I hate in movies because other horror icons like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger are way more inventive in their own series because they're faster, more agile, and have more powers that Michael Myers lacks.
We'll be right back after these messages.
3, 2, 1.
With what's happening today with smartphones, everybody has the ability to shoot video. But not everybody has the ability to edit that video and communicate a thought and idea in a professional way with high production value. That's where we come in. This particular program allows a student to do single cam productions, multi-cam productions, short films, corporate promos, things like that. So there's a lot of different things that a student can learn in the video production area.
What I love here is the practical work that I can learn. It's like a non-pressure environment, and I like that about it.
All those things that you're not going to learn unless you do it. You can read about it in a book, but that's not going to help you when you're on set.
Back in June of 2018, writers David Gordon Green and Danny McBride wanted to shoot both the Halloween from 2018 as well as this current one, but ended up deciding not to do so due to the fact that they were not sure if the Halloween film from 2018 would be a success or not. By October of 2018, on the film's opening weekend, Green and McBride confirmed that Halloween Kills was in production.
Halloween Kills was originally supposed to be released in October of 2020. However, in July, they decided to postpone the film's release back to October of 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With a budget of $20 million, it made $4.85 million on Thursday night's showing, the biggest for an R-rated film during the pandemic, as well as making it nearly $50 million in total opening weekend, which almost doubles that of the Suicide Squad's earnings, which were $26.2 million.
Another fun fact is that Jamie Lee Curtis made her film debut in their very first Halloween installment, in which she was only 19 years old. There will be a sequel called Halloween Ends, and it will take place 4 years from where Halloween Kills left off, with the release date being sometime in 2022, and it will address the COVID-19 pandemic, with the characters still processing the brutal events from Halloween Kills. And with that, let's toss it to another movie clip.
I'm a pure evil.
It's not just Michael. It's what he's done to this town, these people. Decent people. You're a good man, Frank. You were doing your job. But now it needs to die. Because every time somebody's afraid, the boogeyman wins.
It needs to die.
And I'm the one that needs to kill it.
To Halloween fans, Laurie Strode is not in this movie a lot. She's in the hospital the entire time. She tries to go out and kill Michael, but she doesn't. They say that Michael's still after Laurie, but in the sequel movies, they're not siblings. And since they are siblings, but in this movie, it's not canon. So my theory is that to why Michael still goes after Laurie is because Laurie's the only person who's probably put up a fight against Michael. He doesn't care who you are and why he kills you. Some plot points are completely useless. Another escaped convict from the institution is mistaken for Michael. The mob doesn't listen, and the unnamed escapee ends up committing suicide. And the idea behind that is because we become the monster. Why? It's such a stupid and cheesy plot point that's only there to pad the runtime. Some characters who died shouldn't have died. We won't spoil that unless they're alive in the hospital for the sequel. The line that's repeated by the mob is, "Evil dies tonight." But it doesn't. Why? Because of the sequel. Halloween ends in 2022. Overall, I'd give this film 3 out of 5 reels. Overall, I was in suspense but felt that the characters were stupid for going after Michael. He's an unstoppable force that the characters don't understand, and they beat him senseless like he's being humiliated in the schoolyard. We'll have to see if the series comes to a conclusion next year, or unless they possibly reboot the series in another 20 years. What did you think?
Well, Blake, stupid characters or not, I do have to say this movie was put together quite well. There are many scenes in this film that make you feel as if you're being followed or if someone is watching you. Two such scenes are when Cameron runs into Officer Hawkins at the beginning of this film, as well as a flashback of Officer Hawkins on patrol with his fellow officers on that night in 1978. Other parts throughout this film continue to support the situational fear of everything happening, including flashbacks from 1978, Lonnie as a young trick-or-treater, and between the parts of extreme chaos, characters coming together to end Michael Myers, as well as feeling like you're being watched and hunted throughout this movie. I would personally have to give this movie 4 out of 5 reels.
That's going to do it for us today, so be sure to follow us on Facebook and join us later for covering the film Dune. I'm Blake, along with Ian. Thanks for watching, and join us next week for another Reel to Reel.